Hi, it's me, JC, back with another Ceramic Hour live stream. We're still working on these little, I'm mostly gonna call them like air plant holders, because that's kind of like what the idea came from. So they're kind of like, so like that, and you can put your little air plant in here. But it would be like a cute little like rain dish, or I don't know if you could fit a bracelet in here. It's gonna be smaller than this once it like shrinks. Maybe if your bracelet like folds or something, kind of. I don't know. So that's what we're working on. Let me see. Okay, so we trimmed this one yesterday, and that one could use some feet. These two that have the feet are pretty much done. And then these ones still need to be trimmed. And we'll need to shape 3 more little legs here too. We'll have to do that. Yeah, this is what we're gonna work on today. What do I feel like doing? I don't know. I guess we'll put the legs on. I don't know. I kind of like don't like putting the legs on because I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna like mess it up. They look like, I don't know, they look kind of derpy in the first place. Yeah, I'm just gonna score like a pretty, kind of a generous sized area here. Just kind of guessing where we should put these. But that's kind of like, that's something I like about like pottery and like ceramics. I don't know. I kind of use them interchangeably, although I kind of feel like you should say like ceramics. I don't know. But like you can make things either like really perfect and symmetrical, but it's also very acceptable to like make things that are not perfectly symmetrical and are really wonky. Like in Japanese, like they would call that style like wabi-sabi. I know like Etsy mentions wabi-sabi like all the time. It just kind of, from what I understand, is like enjoying imperfections, because nature has, that's kind of what nature is all about is like imperfections, and even though they're not perfect, they're still beautiful. That kind of a thing. What else does it touch on? I think that's like mostly it. And then it's also like a Japanese technique to do oh my gosh, am I gonna blank on the word? Ever since I started doing a live stream, I like blank on like words, like anything, any normal word. I forgot the word for wardrobe, like the other day. I keep thinking Nirikomi, and that's a different ceramic thing. But it's like, it's just the thing that keeps popping up in my head. I'm gonna think of it. I don't know, I'm really bad when it comes to thinking on the spot. Maybe that's it, when I'm like on the spot. I do feel like it starts with an N though. I'm gonna think of it. I'm gonna try to figure out what that word is, but it's basically when you have like like a bowl or whatever, it breaks, and then the traditional technique is to put it, kind of glue it together with lacquer, and then it is touched up with like those break lines are touched up with real gold. I don't know, I'm just blanking. I know exactly what I'm like trying to say, but I am like just it's gonna come to me. Maybe in like 2 days, but it's gonna come to me. Anyway, that's also like a Japanese technique, and they just kind of that celebrates like imperfections again, and I think it's really great. Someone kind of like mentioned it in some, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was like on Instagram or something. Kind of like a growth thing, because it's like if you've had like trauma, or like like you've gotten through like some hard times and stuff, like look at you now, like you've done like so much like since then, and like it's just kind of like celebrating like now like imperfections, because like nobody's perfect. Everybody kind of has like something that they're struggling with, and it just kind of like celebrates like I don't know, this just kind of like this idea that like everybody's human, everybody has like gone through different things, but like even like through that struggle, and like through these imperfections, like you've still like turned out really great, kind of a idea. Kintsugi, that's it. I was like, it starts with a K, or no, wait, no, I think I thought it started with an N, because the nerd me. Oh my gosh, Kintsugi. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. But I think it's kind of an interesting thing, and some people even like break their pots on purpose to do a Kintsugi look to them, which is I'm sure very nerve-wracking. But yeah, no, there's some little, I don't know, Japanese things for you guys. I'm only half Japanese and really mostly American, so I don't know like ton. I don't know like a ton more than just kind of like the basic, things that people typically talk about. There could be more nuance in these, these kind of things I'm talking about here, about these different like techniques and stuff. But I think that's kind of like, I think that's really what a lot of people are trying to take away from it. Those are the things that people are really drawn to, and why it's kind of like in like those ideas are kind of like in the public eye, I guess. Like I don't know really what words I'm trying to come up with, but something like that. They're more like well known, I think. I don't think I really know any other I don't think I really know any other like kind of like Japanese things that are kind of like in the art realm. I feel like wabi sabi is like huge, because like Etsy talks about it in their like trend reports and stuff, and like it has not gone out of trend by any means. I don't feel like. I feel like it's just kind of a classic thing. Some people are just really drawn to geometric designs, whatever that is, if it's like sculptural or if it's like wall art or like whatever that is, like geometric, like it's just a foundation thing, like maybe it's a little bit more popular at certain times, and then kind of fades, but like I don't feel like something like that is going away, and I don't think wabi sabi is going away either, kind of like in that way. Kind of like how like metals kind of become trendy. Personally, I really like gold, but I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, when people talk about like maybe like buying appliances or like maybe not appliances, like buying like, I don't know, like a light fixture, like what color are you gonna get? Are you gonna get like something that is gold? Is it brass? Is it, you know, whatever, like silver? And like those kind of like fade in and out of trends kind of like in that way. But like they're not going anywhere. Like gold isn't going anywhere, you know? Same with any of the other ones. They just kind of like fade in and out every once in a while. I think I kind of want to trim both of these and then maybe we'll form the other feet for the other one. I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe this shouldn't be so bowl-like. I feel like the other ones that I made were a lot more like flat. They weren't like totally flat, but like they really didn't have this much of a wall on it. I don't know. I don't know. It's just what we have right now. Let me think what we've got. We've got updates for you. Sorry I keep mentioning it, but the shop update is happening tomorrow. I just want to get it out there, there for everybody. I can't possibly expect people to like watch all of my videos. Like, I mean, that's awesome if you do, or awesome if you are that one person that is always on my live streams. So awesome. But for, just for the everyday person, shop update is happening tomorrow. So basically I'm gonna finish up all of the listings. This is both for my Etsy shop, but also my Maker Place shop. I'm no longer selling on my own personal website. So those are the two places where you can buy from me. I'm going to finish the listings tonight. So generally, definitely if you're in the US, I can't speak to all time zones. But if you're in the US anywhere, by Friday morning, they will definitely be up and ready for you to check out. Time zones are like a big thing. So I don't think I could promise that for like everywhere. Like Thursday night, it's going to be ready. So I'm just going to say like Friday. I'm just like really blanking. Okay, well for the US, definitely Friday. If you're like, let me think. So if you're in like on the Asian continent, I think that would be like later in the day on Friday. I don't really know when that would be. Evening or something. Just really rough guessing. I can't imagine there are that many. I feel like most people, I don't really know, but I feel like most people are probably following me from the US, but I guess I have to check my follower account or like the details. Yeah. Got lots of stuff coming. Just as like a quick overview, we've got the last 2 kiln reveal batches are going to be in this update. So there's a good chunk of stuff here. I wouldn't say there's like any crazy amount, but there's a good chunk. We've got both quite a few underglazed dishes. We have 4 bunny dishes coming, 2 turtles, let me think. We have like some, finally, we started in February. I know that. If not earlier. Finally, we have those 3 heart dishes that I made. And some striped cups, a mug, some just like glazed plates. They're kind of like small size plates, like they're kind of big for a jewelry dish, but like maybe like this big-ish. So it would be like a small sized plate that you would eat off of, but I was kind of dumb and like put a crystalline glaze on it, and you shouldn't be like hitting like spoons, forks, any kind of, you know, like cutlery on a crystal glaze. So I shouldn't have done that. So I'm just gonna say that it's like for jewelry or like a trinket dish. I have like something in my eye right now. Just a minute. Okay, I'm hoping it just kind of goes away. Yeah. I can't imagine I have clay in my eye. I don't know. It didn't go. It's still there. Yeah, that's like, you know, we've got really just like half and half of like really cute little like pastel glazed pieces, and then all of those like really fun little you know, like shaped trinket dishes. They're like animals and whatever. All of those are also coming to the shop. I'm still working on posting those pictures to Instagram, but my Instagram does show pictures of them from being underglazed, if you want to check out kind of generally what's there, or you can check out the last 2 kiln reveals. Those are going to show like the actual like glazed pieces, if you want to see those before tomorrow. I guess. Yeah. Let me see. Pretty sure I'm going to cancel next Thursday's stream because I'm getting the day off because I'm gonna work Juneteenth, which is June 19th. So I'm gonna cancel that stream. I'll have to put up like a banner or something as soon as I remember to do that, so you guys know that I won't be online. So I'm canceling the June 20th stream, just to be clear. Let me see. How do I like this? I feel like I'm gonna like smooth this out. Let me see. Let me look at the shape of this. I do kind of like it to be a little bit wobbly, but I don't know, maybe like not too wobbly. Maybe this one's like a little bit too high or something. Okay. And I think this could be like smoothed out a little bit. What else do we have coming up? I don't know. I don't want to just jump into it, but I definitely do want to make a template and, you know, start making some little dog dishes. I just feel like if anybody were to comment on the cat ones, the cat trinket dishes, they're gonna say, where are the dogs? Why don't you have dog dishes? I just know it. If someone did comment, people don't really comment on my stuff, but if they did, I feel like, yeah, I just know it. I just know people are, I feel like a lot of people are dog people. I don't know. Part of me feels like it's almost like 50-50 between cats and dogs, but I don't know. I kind of feel like there are a lot of dog people. Okay, so let me just grab a small bit of this and we'll make some legs for these. I'd love to get like a variety of like little pet dishes. I think this could be like a thing. I don't really want to say I'm going to like just like niche into like doing like the trinket dishes. I love making a variety of things. I don't know if I could do that. It was kind of really hard for me to focus my business into just doing ceramics, because I was doing a variety of art and crafts for the business. So that was kind of hard for me because I really like doing all these other things. But I don't always like have a use for them. So that's why I started selling things, right? Like, something that I was making were like cat toys. Like, I have one cat. How many cat toys does she possibly need, right? Like, you know, it's just that kind of a problem. She already has like store-bought cat toys. Like, she came with a bunch of store-bought ones, but I've also like, I also like make like the little catnip toys too. So it's like, I can't just like make them purely for her. Like, that's why I was kind of like, selling a lot of things. And it really interests me to like know how things are made, and I'm way too easily inspired by really like anything. I'll be like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I really want to try that out. way too easily inspired. I'm watching Shark Tank right now, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to come up with an idea so I can become a millionaire. I mean, that is obviously like pretty like highly motivating, but but I'm just way too easily like motivated by a lot of things. But I don't know. I don't think I would like only want to make like jewelry dishes. I mean, I can see the niche there, you know? Like, I see a lot of that kind of stuff, you know, like at the store or something, like, you know, like whatever, like, oh, this plate looks like a watermelon, or like this bowl looks like a strawberry, you know, like I see a lot of that, but looking at like handmade ceramics, I don't think I see a lot of that. If you're kind of like, if you kind of have like this overview of like all the things that people do in ceramics, you know, so like decorating portion, you know, like full underglaze designs. Like I just don't feel like you see a lot of that out there. Like I've been seeing, it's kind of trendy right now, I think. I've been seeing a lot of people use like those underglaze pencils, or like I don't know, maybe they're pencils, maybe they're like crayons. Maybe it's both. And like, you know, they have a mug and then they like draw like, I don't know. Maybe they're drawing like flowers on it, or they're drawing like I don't know, like patterns or something with the crayon colored pencil thing. You know, like I see a lot of that. But like brushing on like entire like coats, like taking up like the whole piece with underglaze, I don't see like a lot of that. If you're kind of like looking at like the ratio of like the way that people are decorating ceramics, like I feel like, as far as like I've seen, I feel like just something that has glaze on it, and that's it, is like I don't know. I'm really bad at like I'm really bad at like pie charts and stuff. I would say, okay, let's say 40%, maybe more than that. I don't know. There are a lot of decorating techniques out there, you know, or like maybe even more than that, of like just glaze things. And I feel like, you know, you have these other things, something with slip. I don't know if you would count engobes. Is that how you say that? Engobe? And engobe? No, it's not engobe. I feel like it's engobe, but now I'm like questioning myself. I don't know if you would count that. And like, I don't know if you just have like this piece of this pie of like things that are like underglazed. I don't know. I just feel like there's not a lot out there like this. So I feel like it could be a niche that I could do. But, let me see. This piece is kind of dry too. I'm just gonna like smush these together with some water, just so they're like, you know, get some water on them and they're not just gonna like sit here and dry out. I don't know. I think I would actually have to think about this a little bit more to like feel really confident about like this ratio, or like this pie chart that I'm trying to think of like on the spot. No, maybe I would say glaze would like be a lot more. I mean, there are a lot of like different techniques. Like you can just basically decorate your pot without any glaze and just do, you know, just a bare clay body, but it's like decorated with like different colored clays. That's definitely like a thing. I would say that's not very popular. Not like super popular or anything. But I don't know. I feel like it could definitely be a thing that I could do, like something I would be pretty happy doing as a niche. I do really like making these fun things. They take a long time to do though, and I think I would be like kind of sad if I like told myself I wasn't gonna make like anything else. Like I wasn't gonna make little air plant tripods. Like these are so cute. Or mugs, or normal sized plates. I think, what do I want to do here? I kind of like the pinching on the top of this. Maybe I mean, I kind of like it down here too, but I don't know. I think maybe we'll just carve on the outside for this one. I don't know. I just love like making all kinds of different things. And just like, I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm way too early in making ceramics to like have like a defined style. I mean, I feel like the plates could be my defining style. You know, I feel like it really is like something that I can feel like it's pretty unique to what I do. But that's always been really tough for me, is to like only make one thing and not be like experimenting. That's really hard for me. But we're trying it out, at least with like how the business goes. I don't think it's, you know, I know it's probably not sustainable to have a business where I'm making like things that are made out of like all kinds of like different media and stuff. But I think like ceramics is something that I really enjoy, and that's why I like chose this one out of like all the things that I do. I really do enjoy doing ceramics. I don't know what it is about it. I just love like, I don't know. It like whatever I say, I feel like it's not gonna make any sense. But like there's something about like being able to make anything out of it is really cool. But at the same time, like if you said like a painting, like you can, you know, you can paint anything you want. You could paint a chair, you could paint a monkey. Like, I don't know. I don't like when you look at it like that, like what I'm saying, it really doesn't make any sense. But I do think there's something to be said about the fact that you can like actually like use the stuff, whereas like a painting you can't like use it. It's just gonna hang on the wall. It's either hanging on the wall or it's in your, you know, garage or something. You know, but like if I make like a cup, I could, you know, I could use that every week or more. And I don't know, I think there's something special about that. I feel like I'm really tearing up the beautiful underside of this thing, but I don't know. I think we gotta do what we've got to do. I think we could, if we wanted to, we could try to pinch this like texture back in. Let me see. It seems really thick in this area. Let me think. What else is new? I've really been mostly like working on the shop update. I haven't made any progress with my t-shirt designs / pattern / business card. I'm still working on that. I'd like to think of some more like ideas that I could make that are like YouTube shorts or Instagram reels. I'm really happy about those recent ones that I made. If you didn't see them, they started off as Instagram reels, but I just posted them here on YouTube too. Because it just kind of, I don't know, just kind of hit me, and it was so easy to do. I'm generally pretty overwhelmed when I'm trying to make videos, other than live stream. Live stream is so easy for me to do, but like normal videos where it's like I have to write a script and figure out what is going to be in the shot, then film the shot, do the voiceover, and then edit it all together. It's very overwhelming, it's very overwhelming. And I just kind of get like stopped in my tracks. But the shorts were like, they were great. I just quickly, I didn't even do a screen record. I just held my phone up, like, while my other hand was like working the computer. And I know it might not be like extremely relevant, but I hope it's kind of like at least like unique content going out there for people that are doing ceramics, or people that generally don't work digitally. But I made 2 videos showing how you can, like, literally, like, I'm not joking, it's in 2 steps. You do 2 things to do this. So easy. You don't need like very much prior experience. So one video is in Photoshop, the other one is on Adobe Firefly's website. Firefly is within Photoshop, but it also has its own like website where you can like edit photos and things. But I think it's really good for like people that do ceramics, or people that don't typically work digitally, people that don't really use Adobe or like that kind of stuff, just to like maybe know about. But I was using their new AI tool to do like a generative fill on my photos. So it's a long story, but basically I shoot my photos as a square because I want to know exactly how it's going to look for Instagram. But then Etsy is different. Etsy wants like a horizontal rectangle. I don't know. It's too much, but they want that. That is what it shows when you're editing the listing. But then when it actually shows up on Etsy, it's a square. Stupid. We won't get into that. But I have to like edit my photos, and I really need to like add more space into my photos. So it's really, really quick to do that. You can, the video shows you how you can do this in just 2 steps in Photoshop. And you can do the same thing on Adobe Firefly's website. You do have to have a Creative Cloud subscription to do this, or have Photoshop. But for anybody that wants to try it out, like on Firefly, you can try it out a number of times as like a free trial. I think it was like 25 like edits you could try out, or something like that. And then you can like buy a separate subscription to Firefly. I forgot how much that was. I think it's like $5 a month, but don't quote me on that. Also, that number could change at any moment. But yeah, I think it's really helpful. Or I mean, for any kind of like social media and doing marketing for yourself, like I want you guys to know like what's out there. And I would just like assume that generally people that like, people that are like actually making things literally by hand might not have so much like experience or like knowledge about like what is out there digitally. You know, just, I don't know. That's from just my general experience, you know, from being like a graphic designer that took a lot of other like, I would take like a lot of painting classes, and like a lot of kids in my painting classes would come up to me and be like, I want to like add like text to the painting, but I don't know what kind, and like, you know, what do you think would look good? Like, and I don't know, like all these things. And a lot of these kids hadn't even used, we had access to like Photoshop and Lightroom to like, you know, because we're art students, but a lot of them never even opened either of those. And if you're making paintings, like that's a must, you know, to like get photos of your work, edit the photos, put them on either your portfolio or a website to sell them, like whatever that is. Like you kind of need to know how to do that, or at least the free version of how to do that. If you don't, for those that, you know, don't have like access to Adobe. But I think I think like the AI that's out there right now can be, you know, even useful for people that do ceramics. So I hope you guys check out those videos. I mean, super quick. I was able to upload them to my YouTube shorts, and their maximum is 1 minute. So that's all it takes, is like less than a minute to like see like how this works and like if it is something you'd be interested in. So yeah, definitely go check it out. That is, I'm using like the generative fill that Firefly is able to create. And just generally, Firefly is like Adobe's, the name of their AI. And it can do other things too, if you want to know about that. I guess since we're on the topic, we can just keep going. If you like go to Firefly's website, you have two choices at the moment. You can either do like the one tool is for generative fill, generative expand, which is what I've been talking about, but you can also select their separate kind of option, which is text to image. That's generally what a lot of people think of when they think of like AI, is like writing up a prompt and then the computer creates that like image, either something photorealistic, or it can look, you know, kind of like hand-drawn, artsy, you know. So you have like actually both of those two separate options when you go to like Firefly's website. For those that don't know and are like, why do you know this? I'm a graphic designer by trade. That's what I do during the day. And I'm like, I don't know. I love seeing what Adobe is doing. And I went to like one of their like, it wasn't a conference. It was like a little free thing they had here in the city, about like their new AI technology and stuff. That was really cool. It was like a networking event, whatever. But yeah, if you're interested in learning about any of the Adobe products, I think it'd be really cool to like make a video about that. Although I'm sure there are a lot of people that could probably explain them better. Generally, if someone that was doing ceramics was going to use any Adobe products, I would assume that would be Lightroom, because Lightroom is really great for when you take a batch of photos, like you have like this angle, that angle, like you have all of these like different like slight angles of like your photos. Sometimes you're holding it, sometimes it's on the table. You know, you can just throw all of those photos in, and then edit them like all together. Where Photoshop, it's a lot more like one-on-one with each photo, if that makes any sense. Like Lightroom is for editing photos. You can also edit in Photoshop, but it's a little bit less for that. It's a little bit more for being weird. Like, I don't know, like Photoshop, like, right, like Photoshopping, like an air plant, like in this dish, you know, or maybe the dish is like on the beach for some reason, like Photoshopping it onto the background of a beach. Like, that's kind of like what Photoshop is for. It's like a little bit more creative in that sense. You can also digitally paint and like do illustration in Photoshop, but I don't think that's really relevant to you guys. But at least like Photoshop's, as far as the AI goes though, you know, you can, it's the same thing. It's also Firefly. It just happens to be integrated in there. What else? I don't know a ton about it, but Photoshop Express is like, not Photoshop Express. I think it's just like Adobe Express. Yeah, I don't really use it, but that, as far as I know, it's pretty similar to Canva, although like Canva is free to use. It's kind of like the thing that you would use to like, oh, you can, you know, you can have this one design and then either put it into like Canva or Express, and then you can, you know, you can resize your Instagram post to be a Pinterest post. You can resize it to be, you know, fit the text in there, and like move things around, whatever, so that it like best fits, I don't know, a YouTube thumbnail or something. Like, it's really great for like those kind of things. You can do super small animation. So like if you wanted to animate something for Instagram, you know, just like something really small, like something off in the corner, like twirling around, or I don't know what the heck. Like a little like GIF kind of thing. Let me think, what else is there? I don't typically use that because like I know, like I have access to like Illustrator, and that's kind of like my go-to as like a designer. I do edit my videos. If I'm going to edit any videos, you know, like I have voiceover, I have footage, I need to put it together. I typically actually just use Rush. That's another Adobe product. I literally could not get Premiere Pro to like, I don't know, like open, kind of? I don't know. It was being really weird. And I was like, they have like a bunch of editing things. Like, what are these other things? And then I just like opened up Rush, and I think it's for like animations, but you can do really just bare bones editing for videos in it, and that's all I need. I don't need the bells and whistles, you know. So you can cut up your videos. You can move like one section ahead of another section. You can like turn the sound off, add your own voiceover sound to it, like all of the bare bones things that I would possibly need are in there. So I do have a video about like how I use Rush if you happen to want to watch that. I don't feel like anybody would. This is probably not the right audience for that, but if you do, it's there. It's on my YouTube. I want to like try to think of more things that I would know as like a graphic designer that maybe could be useful for people that like don't have a design background. particularly maybe if you do like ceramic things, or I mean, I don't know, just really anything, I guess. I'm assuming most people here are interested in ceramics, but I'm just assuming that. I don't know. I think there are like certain things that I would really like to touch on in like, making some YouTube videos. Like as a designer, I know a lot about like fonts and like a decent amount about like branding, like creating a brand, that type of thing, color psychology, just kind of like that kind of just goes into it along with, being an artist. I know that stuff. I don't even know where I would start though. I have no idea like where I would start. Like, I don't know. I guess like, well, we have like 8 minutes, so I'll just kind of like quickly maybe go over like just like some thoughts on this, like like in terms of branding. Like for example, the reason that my business is called Calieandco is like, why did I do that versus just using my name, right? Like a lot of people, a lot of artists will just simply use their name, but I didn't think that my name would be good in terms of like branding, because for one thing, no one would know how to pronounce it. JC Shumke. No one will pronounce it, and nobody for sure would even know how to spell it. Right? Like Tim Smith, sure. Go ahead, make Tim Smith art. Like that's his brand, sure. I think people can remember that. But me, maybe not so much. I feel like it's a little bit too generic to only do like a first name, like if it was like Madeline's art, Madeline's ceramics. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it's too generic. And I mean, that could totally be like, I don't know, just like something that I personally feel and like maybe other people feel differently. You know, but I feel like that's like too generic. So I feel like if you can't do like your full name, that you should like create a brand name. And you want it to be relatively short and relatively, like easy to remember. If you have something that's really hard to remember because it's not a word, you could have issues there because you want people to easily remember that brand. And you want it ideally to be something that people can pronounce. Like you could have issues with like I don't know like much about like other languages and stuff, but I can sure as heck say like this perfume that I buy, it's French. I'm taking French on Duolingo, but I still don't know really how to pronounce it, and it makes, because I can't pronounce it even in my head, it's hard for me to like remember, much less spell. I think it's L'Occitane or something. I don't even know because I can't even pronounce it. And like that's a problem, right? Like a lot of really good brands like know this, right? Like Nike, Apple, Amazon, like they're all short and like pretty easy to remember. Like Amazon is a little bit out there, but everybody knows about the Amazon rainforest. Amazon, isn't there a river? I'm not good with geography. But it's something like generally, even like maybe kids would be familiar with that word. But a random word in some other language could be difficult for people if it's not like, if it's not like their native language. I've created this like my other pinch pots, but I think we need to actually like cut off this little fit here that I made, because now I'm realizing it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, you want something to be like memorable, easy to pronounce, not too long. My original brand name was Yes Hello It's Me Designs, which is like, I knew it was a mouthful, but like, I don't know, it was kind of cute and quirky, but really just kind of like reviewing my brand, I felt like it was too much to remember. Like that's a lot of words, for a name. I feel like a name should probably not have, I would say probably not have more than 4 or like more than 3 words. 4 is like too much. But I think like, I think like some shorter ones can be really great, as long as they're not too, as long as they're not too like random, like schmooters. Like, is anybody gonna remember that? Like I am personally, I know I talk about it a lot, but I do personally have a problem with Michael's new handmade store, which is called Maker Place. Nobody knows what it's called. Is it Maker Space? Like, is it, is it singular? Is it plural? Is it Maker Space? Maker's Space? Maker's Place? Maker Place? Like, nobody knows what it's called. I know what it's called now, but it really did take me a bit because it's, yeah. I feel like Maker Space seems like it makes more sense, maybe that's, I don't know, but nobody's gonna know what it's called. Everybody, when they go into Google, they're gonna put in the wrong thing. I'll just say that because I just feel like that's what's gonna happen there. Because like there's so many, like there are just too many variations of like what that could be. I don't know if I can think of any other like like having a website and like getting a domain. I don't even know which is which, but there are 2 websites. One is called domain.com and the other one is called domains.com. And I bought my domain from one of them, and then I accidentally went to the other person's website, and I was like, why don't I have in my account? Why? I don't know, whatever the hell. Like, why can't I see my information or whatever? And then they finally realized that I was on the wrong company's website, and I was like, I'm an idiot. Like, you can't do that. Like, it was just a bad idea. Naming their company so generically, and then whoever came second and then decided we're gonna either add an S or remove the S. Whoever that was, what the heck? Bad, like bad branding. Something, I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of dumb. But I seriously get PetSmart and Petco confused. Up until fairly recently, they also have had the same brand colors, which is like red and blue. You can't do that. Like, I mean, I don't feel like I'm a complete dum-dum, but I do completely confuse the two. I have no idea which one, you know, that one that I go to down the road, I have no idea which one that is. It's one of them. I can tell you it's one of them, and it's not Mud Bay, because Mud Bay has a completely different name. Right? Like, I literally, I got this bag of food, and, Emmy it was a new, like, whatever, like, I don't know, they have like this normal version, but then there's like a garden variety version, and I was like, I don't know, maybe she'll like it. So I got that for her, and she refused to eat it. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll see if they'll do like a return. I don't know. And then I literally took it to the wrong store. I took it to the wrong one, whatever that was. So if I bought it at Petco, I took it to PetSmart and said, like, she won't eat it. Will you take it back? And then they're like so confused, and they're like, we don't sell that. And I was like, oh my God. I'm in the wrong store. Okay, maybe I am a dum-dum, but I kind of feel like anybody could make that kind of mistake. But like, they need something else, you know? If you compare the name Mud Bay to, you know, these two other options, like, which one stands out to you more? Obviously the one that's really different. I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of dumb, but I have that problem. We have issues with this thing cracking. I feel like maybe. I really hope not. So branding, like, when you're coming up with a name, you have to, it's really good to just like search on, like, you know, search Google, search Instagram. Is anybody else using that name? Particularly in your same field. Obviously, if it's your same field, like, you can't use that name. You know, but you can use that name if it is like an unrelated industry. So if somebody sells, you know, somebody sells, you know, ceramic mugs, under this name, but then you want to sell knitted blankets, I'm pretty sure you can use that name because you're not competing. You're in like different industries. But if you're in the same industry, like, you can't do that, you know. You can't have like you can't have like Burger King and then, like, you know, open up another restaurant called Burger King and sell burgers. You know, like, you can't do that. So yeah, it's good to like do that. Or like, I'm aware there's another business called calieandco with 2 L's. Mine has 1 L. I don't know if I did that like to make it like different from theirs, but I don't know what their business is. I forgot what it was. But like, I think it's okay because we're in different industries. But it's, you know, there are a couple things that you want to think about when you're like creating your own name for yourself, and like how much you want that to be tied to yourself. I know some people maybe want more privacy, so you're definitely gonna get that a lot more if, you know, if your name isn't isn't like the business, you know. I mean, not like you know, not like a ton, but like, you know, if I don't know. If that makes any sense. Well, there's my very short spiel on like what I would, you know, get started on with like talking about branding. Like at least kind of like where you'd start with that. I would like to like actually get my thoughts together and like make a, you know, like an actual video about this. I don't know if that will happen. It's something that I would like to do. I kind of would like to prioritize making more ceramic related content. I feel like the tutorials are really great for people to check out. They're a lot more popular on the channel. So that I feel like that's kind of where the priority is with making videos, other than like maybe the shorts. But I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring out how how much time I want to like put into like making those kind of videos, and I also need like the motivation. But yeah, well, we're definitely at time here. I hope you guys I don't know, were mildly interested in this chat that we had here. Go check out my Instagram at calieandco. Check out the YouTube, same name. You can find either links to those in my profile or the description where you're watching. And well, I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye.